Happy Movement Monday, everybody. If you're not watching this on Monday, then happy whatever day it is. But I'm gonna try something new for the weekly routines I like to drop, where I'm gonna do more of a live action, so I'll talk about the movements as I go through it. If you like this style, then let me know in the comments after watching it, or if you prefer me just doing the movements and having the music playing in the background. I just wanna do what's best for most of you to make sure you're getting your movement prescription in each and every day. So the first routine we're gonna do with this style is a lower body mobility day. I did heavy squats yesterday, so my legs are feeling it. So we're gonna do 3 moves. The first move, we're gonna do child's pose rocking. So we're gonna get in this hands and knees position, or we like to call this a quadruped position. And if you're not familiar with a child's pose, you lay your feet flat like this, rock back, and then you can stretch out in front of you. Good elongation of the spine, feels pretty good. But we're gonna make this a little bit more dynamic, where we're gonna come up and rock rock right back into it. So we were trying to sink into the hips, get a nice stretch, and we're gonna do a good 10 of these, okay? If this feels really good, you can hold it, breathe in, channel your inner Zen. Or if you like to do your mobility quickly like me, you can just rock through all 10 reps. And this is a really, really good warm up. If you have any issues in your knees or stiffness there, you can do all these routines right from a bed. So there's no excuses not to get your movement prescription in each and every day. Especially if these are so easy, you could do them right from bed. It's the first thing you should do first thing in the morning, all right? So here's a good 10, 15. I lost track. This is my first time doing this video style. That might happen for the first couple. Now that I'm feeling pretty loose in my back and my hips a little bit, next we're gonna do what I like to call 90-90 hinge transitions. So this is what we would call a 90-90 position. If you need to, you can use your forearm or your arm here for support. And what we're gonna be doing is hinging, so we're folding at the hip crease here, not rounding from the spine. Nice proud chest, lean forward, feel a big stretch through my backside glute and hip area. I'm gonna sink into it, and then I'm gonna drive my shin into the ground, and then use that momentum to swing over to the other side. So this is the transition part. So we're bringing it down, big old stretch, drive into the ground, open back up. There's 1 on each side. We're gonna go for 5 on each side here. Nice. And then drive over to the other side. If you feel like you can't rotate through your hips that well, you could just bust out 5 on each side and then switch, but I like doing the transition so it helps loosen up the rotation of the hip while we're trying to open up the back side of the hip that gets tight, especially if you're one of my desk workers out there. And then again, you can sink into it. If you're really tight, you can just kind of hold it, breathe. Again, get that nervous system to relax so it decreases that tissue tension, and then drive it to the other side. Nice, big old stretch. With this one, you should feel like you're going further each time. Now I'm just gonna do 5 here, but again, if you have a ton of tension, then don't be afraid to do a couple extra reps, all right? So we'll do last one here. I can tell this is much needed, especially since it's still the morning time, the day after a heavy lifting session. All right, so there's our second move. We only have 1 more move, and I don't know about you, but my hammies are super, super tight. So we're gonna do that move next. So I'm gonna show this from a half kneeling position. So next we're gonna be doing what I like to call just a hamstring PIR stretch. PIR just stands for post isometric relaxation. So we can kind of hack the nervous system a little bit by forcing tight muscles to contract at their end range, and that should open up that range temporarily for us. So I'm gonna do it on my left side first. Now, if you have trouble on your knees or being in this half kneeling position, you could do this standing with your foot up on a couch or a chair. Just make sure you hold on to something for balance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick this side out. So we're stretching my left side. If your leg's straight, slight bend in the knee, so then you can slack the sciatic nerve. A lot of times if you do this, you just have so much tension, especially if you feel it in the calves. That's sciatic nerve tension, not hamstring tension. So we want slight bend, and then just like we did with the hinges, we're gonna hinge forward so we feel a big old stretch through the hamstring area. And then we're gonna drive our foot into the ground for this purpose, or into the piece of furniture or whatever you're using, and I'm gonna drive it in there with about 30% of my max effort for a good 10 seconds here. So 3, 2, 1, then I kind of shake it loose, and then next we're just gonna see if we can hinge further. Oh, I can. We know this is already starting to work. So now I'm gonna go 30, maybe even 40% of my max effort here. I'm starting to shake a little bit more, which is totally fine. 3, 2, 1, relax. And then we're gonna sink even further. Nice, we're gonna go one more round here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. So I went from about here with that tension to about here, and that was only one set. You could do 2 sets, 3 sets is max if you're really, really tight, but I'm already feeling loose, so I'm just gonna work my way to the other side now. If you've known me for a little bit, I'm all about efficiency, so there's no excuses not to start moving and feeling better each and every day. So this side, I can already tell I'm a little bit tighter, especially with that leg straight, but if I bend, I can go significantly further. That's how you can distinguish between nerve tension and hamstring tension. If you lock out the leg, it's gonna lock out that nerve, and then it's really gonna tug it. Not a good time if you have a tight sciatic nerve. So, slight bend in the knee, hinge forward. Man, I already feel tension here. So we're gonna drive our heel into the ground or whatever surface you're using. 30% of that max effort, feeling a good contraction through the hamstrings, having a good time. 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake a little bit. Nice, it's already opening up. If you guessed it by now, we're gonna do another round here. I'm gonna go up to about 40% of my max effort, just because I can tell this side's a lot tighter. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Shake it. Nice, we're going even further. Last one right here. I'm gonna go 50%, giving it my all. Definitely shaking, feels like it's a little bit of a workout. My heart rate's going up. 3, 2, 1. Nice. We loosened up that hamstring tension. So that was 3 moves. Probably took around 5 minutes, hopefully less than. So what I'm trying to show you with these weekly routines is it doesn't take much to start moving better. And the better your body moves overall, the less risk of injury you have because you have less tightness, especially if you're someone who likes to work out and be active. Just make sure you get some sort of movement routine each day. And if you didn't read it in the email, these routines expire each week. So if you like these routines, all of them are within my membership. And if you want to check that out for a 7-day free trial, I'll link that in the description below, where I have daily routines, premium programs, strength programs for those that really want to take their muscle and joint health to the next level. Next week, let me know in the comments, do you want spinal mobility or core stability? I'm still debating on which one I'm going to do next, but leave that in the comments below. Also, let me know if you like this style. Email me back. Also, you can leave it in the comments. Do you like me talking through the movements so it's a little bit more explanation, or you just want me to shut my trap, throw some music on, and just do it and you follow along? Again, I don't know, so you let me know. Until next week.